Let me go back to Sagaraj, who continues to join us live for more on this. And Sagaraj, help us understand what has been the official response from the Karnataka government as well as the Chief Minister. Because remember, on Friday is when this issue was also raised in the Parliament, where several of the opposition party leaders slammed the Karnataka government for their stance on this entire issue.
The primary education spoke to Republic TV exclusively, and he went on to say that this entire protest is politically motivated ahead of 2023 election in the state of Karnataka. And he also feels that there are vested interests, especially parties like SDPI motivated Campus Front of India, which is a student wing of SDPI and PFI, is trying to instigate the students and provoking the students to get indulged in all these issues. If you notice, the first incident came to light from Udupi district, where a government college students were wearing hijab, and there was opposition against it. Out of 96 Muslim students, only 6 students were protesting against this. 90 students were peacefully attending their classes. The questions which has been raised by the primary education ministers is that why these 6 students are not listening to the administration, because that is a universal rule which is applicable for this particular college, where you can follow only uniform which has been imposed by Karnataka, by the pre-university of this particular college, which abides SDMC Rule 1985. But what you see that the advocate from Campus Front of India is that pre-university board, that is of Karnataka Education Department, have a different rule, saying that
and
none of the colleges
on that
cannot
note, let me also go across to Malvika Avinash of the BJP joining us over the phone line for more on this. And Malvika Avinash, now we have another college once again issuing flares up to Kundapuru's R.N. Chetty College, where students were seen wearing saffron shawls to protest against the hijab diktat in Karnataka. What do you have to say on this?
You see, let me make it very, very clear that the government believes that what is arrived at by these specific colleges on whether or not they should follow a code is what is applicable. And that is true of all groups, those wearing saffron shawls and those wanting to wear hijab. When there is a code, the code shall be followed. Neither will be permitted. So the government is very, very clear that neither hijab nor such saffron shawls will be permitted. It is not one or the other. Both will not be permitted. It is incumbent upon the students to come to school or to college in the uniform that is prescribed. There is no second opinion on that.
But Malvika Avinash, we saw how this issue was also raised in the Parliament yesterday, where several of the opposition party members have slammed the Karnataka government over this issue and also questioned what their stand is, because they are questioning why certain people from other communities are allowed to wear certain things.
No community is allowed to break the uniform code. I think, I do not know what exactly the discussion in the Parliament was. The opposition party in Karnataka, especially the Congress party, is looking to fish in troubled waters. You see, this entire campaign is motivated. By virtue of the timing of the campaign, you can imagine that there is an election that is going to happen next year. One must also understand that we are discussing this issue in January. Has the college not been functioning since June last year? Why was there no hijab controversy earlier in the last 6 months? Are you saying they were less religious, these kids? Now suddenly they are all very, very religious? So this is not about religion or about their being Islamic. This is all about a motivated campaign which is meant to create disharmony in these colleges where children are made to feel different from the other, and the government is exactly making that attempt to make sure that all children are treated.
In fact, Malvika Avinash, sorry to interrupt you there. We are also joined by B.C. Nagesh, the Karnataka Education Minister, on the phone line. Mr. Nagesh, your first response to this latest protest coming in of certain students in Kundapura's R.N. Chetty College that were seen wearing saffron shawls to protest against hijab in Karnataka.
Yeah, as you know, that students were following the rules, whatever led by the school so far. There are some miscreants who want to create some, disturb the harmony of the society and the atmosphere of the education institute. They have tried and they have misguided some girls who so far had followed whatever the rules led by the SDMC committee, which is in accordance with the Act of Karnataka Education Act. But some miscreants have created problem. As you know that when the election comes, some people want to do such things and some people are against the education of the girls. And they want to see that girls should not be educated. So they were creating new problems. They are bringing new problems. Karnataka is able to tackle it. And according to the Act, we are going to make the rule. And then that rule has to be followed by everyone.
And Mr. Nagesh, do you also believe that this once again is being given a political turn with several political leaders? And we just saw another tweet coming in from Rahul Gandhi also stating that by letting students hijab come in the way of their education, we are robbing the future of daughters of India. And he gives an anecdote of today being Ma Saraswati Ma's day as well. What do you have to say on that?
Rahul Gandhi is a great intellectual. He is more intelligent from the Chief Justice of many courts. So he can comment anything. He knows how to comment and he will comment like that. I'm a man working at Tipru Taluk. So he's a very great man who knows everything. He knows law, he knows justice, he knows act, and he knows more than the Supreme Court and High Court judges.
And Mr. Nagesh, before we let you go, another small question. What has been the official version coming in from the state government? Have you had any sort of communication with these colleges who have had such kind of a revolt or protest coming in from girls?
Yeah, we had actually sent a circular to follow whatever they had followed when the schools were led on the students when schools were started there. And according to the Act, SDMC has every provision to impose the uniform to maintain the harmony and brotherhood among the students. So they have followed it. They have, the students who came to the school had accepted. They had given in writing that we are going to follow the uniform. But now, because of some miscreants who want to see that such atmosphere should be disturbed, they are instigating such innocent girls, and they are seeing that their girls' education is being disturbed.